right? All right, we are live.
We are live. Zachary is posting the post to do this because the game is not going to be very good. So let's just have a game. Let's have a time. Kentucky set to take on Jaxson State, the 0-5 Jaxson State Tigers.
Fighting Deion Sanders.
Right? Fighting Deion Sanders now, the fighting Mo Williams of...
But Mo Williams, you want to know how good LeBron James is at basketball? He made Mo Williams an all-star in 2009. And then Mo Williams came back, was part of that 2016 championship team. I've got a lot of core memories with Mo Williams as my starting point guard for 5 years for my favorite NBA team. So I'm a big Mo Williams fan. That being said, boy, does his team stink. His team is not very good. But, Jack, I told you I was going to try and hype him up.
Like you're like the Mark Pope. I'll give you the This is going to be a highly intense, competitive, salty, competitive matchup when we all know what the end result is going to be.
By the way, it is miserable out here, so if Rupp Arena is packed tonight...
robbing you, he's actually doing his job.
Yes. But yes, so, Jaxson State. Should we cross here? Let's obey the traffic signs, actually, since we're talking live.
Since we're live, you know.
Yeah. Jack is going to be freezing cold on our walk back, too. Like, it's starting to rain more and more right now, actually. This could go terribly very soon. But, so yes, Jaxson State. They are 0-5. They have not won a game. But here is my, maybe we shouldn't overlook them so much, take. They have played a very tough schedule so far. They started the season against Houston, lost by 57. Then they went and played High Point, who is not a bad team at all. Like I think they were 109 in Ken Palm as of today. Jack, it's starting to pour now. We'll continue. We'll trek through this here.
It's a typo when I'm looking at all the
pick to finish fourth. In their league this year. So
in the SWAC,
they're just racking up these bye games, getting some money in. And
I wonder how much money they get.
As ahead of time, it was Brandon's big takeaway. It looked like from reading his scouting reports. So they're gonna try and just move the ball a lot and confuse Kentucky to get buckets that way. But as you said, Jack, I can Mark Pope this team all I want. They are ranked 350 in Ken Palm for a reason. And
see, my devil's advocate to your take is that does nothing for what we're going to see tonight. That's great for them in the long term. Like I'm excited for him. I love Mo Williams. I enjoyed. He played 13 seasons in the NBA.
I didn't realize that it was that long.
Racked up 10,000 career points. I love Mo Williams. Like I do as a diehard Celtics fan.
He's not in the Hall of Fame, but he's in the Hall. He's in the Hall of Good.
Yeah, in the Hall of Good. It's I appreciate it, but that doesn't make what tonight's product is going to be fun. It's going to be fun for us. It's going to be a good feel good night. I'm excited to see how mentally tested Kentucky is, how mature they approach this one, knowing the numbers. Historically bad. And then on offense, they are 344, I believe, in effective field goal percentage. So they are better offensively than defensively, but historically bad on both ends of the floor. So they give up a ton of easy threes. Kentucky is going to get whatever they want tonight. It's just going to be how many shots they're going to get open shots. How many open shots are they going to hit, and how many of them are they going to take? Is this going to be a game where we see 40 3-point attempts? Like the looks are going to be there. How many of them are they going to hit? If we're looking for a game for Kentucky to pop off, this is going to be the one where if there was a game all season where Kentucky hits 20, 21 threes, something ridiculous, this is absolutely the personnel to do it against.
Did you all ever figure out what the actual Rupp Arena scoring record is for UK?
It was 121 or something.
Something like that. So yeah, I think we're probably on watch for that. But they'll have to start hot early, hit a bunch of shots. But like I said, their defense is bad. They give up way too many points. They can't score on their own. I think the only thing that could maybe hold Kentucky back from scoring that many is that Jaxson State might just be slow enough that You just don't have enough possessions to make that happen. So, but you know what we haven't talked about?
The fact that Steven's going to have to surgically remove this microphone from my hand when this wraps up?
No. The fact that they have a guy who could play offensive lineman at any Power 5 team in the country. I forget his name off the top of my head, but 6'11", 290
Number 7,
pounds.
Grant.
I should ask Ryan Lemon for these for the names and stuff because he killed that.
I was very proud of him.
I was very proud. Yeah, he did a great job. But yeah, that kid is 290 pounds. He's going to be a load. But as Ryan said in the morning show, that when you're 290 pounds, 6'11", it can make getting up and down the court a tough job. And Kentucky really likes to run the ball. You're probably going to run that kid off the floor pretty quick. So
we're going to get some mouse in the house opportunities for good old number 7.
Watch
and
out.
Oh,
goodness gracious. Okay. I'm sorry. So that was I'm going to take partial blame for that one, Steven. I apologize.
What do you think about the game tonight? Give me a score prediction.
Score?
35.
104-35. I like it. We're going to cross the street here, so
we'll go behind you.
Here.
Go
Thank
Cats,
you,
baby.
Yes, go Cats.
YouTube.
KSR YouTube. We just made a fan. Look at that. Jaxson State does have a couple of decent three-point shooters. I think they got 3 guys who will take a decent amount and hit at like a pretty decent rate as well. Like,
and they get hot quickly.
Upper 30s is their percentage. They got one guy who averages like 13 points a game. He shoots 6 threes, hits them at a pretty decent mark. So he'll be someone to watch out for. But I can only, like you said, I can only popify this team so much before I'm. The spread is 34.5 for a reason, Jack.
I want to make sure I have the name correct because I have a little tangent to go on. One thing, Kenny Skywalker will be honored tonight. That's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's part of the Unity series here. I guess this is year 3 for the Unity
series,
Year
4.
Right?
They played Southern, Florida A&M, Kentucky State, and now Jaxson State.
Sweet.
All right, so I was doing my research. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the. Let's not get hit by a car here. I'm in charge of the, how to watch preview posts the day of the games.
Yes.
And I look at the projected starting lineup, and Marcus Taylor Jr. is listed as one of 5 starting players. So obviously, doing my research, looking up stats, looking up little tendencies. We haven't gotten the official scouting report from Brandon Ramsey at that point yet. So I got to do my pre-Brandon Ramsey scouting report.
Gotcha.
So I'm doing a bunch of research. This guy does not exist.
What's the name of the non-existent person again?
Marcus Taylor Jr. I'm looking everywhere. No stats, no numbers. Potentially. But he's not anywhere.
Senior.
And I'm so confused because I'm like, this guy is a starting basketball player for a Division I school. And he's nowhere. He starts and it's nowhere. And I just keep scrolling through and trying to figure out what the deal is. Like 3 pages later, Marcus Watson Jr. is listed as a guard, and he is their 4th leading scorer. And
he's a real person.
And it hit me that their own official school's stats, their official game notes, lists starting player that does not exist. So it's very fascinating to me that if we're taking on a team that doesn't take its own game notes seriously,
well, how do you think that happens?
How can we take the product seriously?
What do you think happened there? Because Taylor and Watson are not exactly like close together. And
the keyboard, that's what's so funny.
It's not like Watford and Watson, where you could maybe understand.
Dude, I looked up.
But these are different.
The coaches. I looked up staff members. I looked up players' first names, last names. There was not another Taylor in the entire game notes. So it's not a typo. It was an intentional. It was just an intentional error. But I just don't know how you make it. I don't know how you can get that far off when there's no other Taylor in the entire game notes. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But it's fascinating. I'd like to know who this Marcus Taylor is. I'd love to
ask him about his
meet
Watson
him
past.
And do they have a weird spiritual connection or something? I just got to know. There has to be an answer.
I love that is what's really gotten you riled up today because
what
I guess the on-court,
what else is going to?
Probably
something
not going
has to steal my attention.
Well, we have made it, and it is freezing out here.
I have a feeling our these takes, our final takeaways, are going to go way quicker than usual.
Our final for tonight's game.
Yeah.
Should we just go ahead and get, or do you want to? Should we try and get some fan takes? See if we want to get some people to see if they got any crazy predictions. We'll wait for some more. I like to get people that are dressed up like extra UK-like.
I agree. So I brought this up on the pregame show. This is going to be a big Trent Noah, Travis Perry game.
Absolutely.
We talked about the over-under on total minutes played for both of them.
Okay. I must have missed
What are we thinking?
For both of them combined?
Together, I mean, individually, but I feel like they're going to kind of be
they'll be together. They'll
thrown
be
in and out together.
They'll come in together, leave together.
Can I set the over-under at 8.5 minutes?
Combined?
Each.
See, I was going to say 16 combined. So I would, if you're saying 8.5, I guess I would go under. And if I'm doing math that way, I would go slightly under.
My only counter to that is we've seen in some of the early non-conference matchups, Trent Noah coming in and getting
6 minutes of the last game, 5
the last 6 minutes, but that should be a little bit more competitive than this one.
What should?
The Lipscomb game should be on paper more competitive than what we're going to see tonight.
Saying this game's going to be more competitive.
No,
I was like, I don't think anything we just said in the last 15
No.
minutes indicates that. But yes, so you think around the 8-minute mark is probably around where you try and get them in if you're up by.
We got some fans
30,
we want
40. Folks, y'all got takes on the game tonight? Any thoughts? Any score predictions? No. Go Cats. Go Cats. Okay. Well, we tried and failed there. We'll see if we get someone else walking.
They're cold.
They're
cold just like we are.
Well, I don't blame them either. Yeah.
I just can't wait for tonight. So we're without Drew Franklin tonight when we do our rapid reactions, and we're out here. So it's just going to be us two yapping in the absolute freezing cold. So hopefully it's a feel-good win. We can get in, get out. Fans can come join us. Like, if we're going to have to do this, then I really hope that the fans want to come join us. Because we're going to have fun. We're going to make the most of it. The crowd was unbelievable.
I'm feeling a good crowd today. We've got a pretty decent contingent that's been walking up on the whole walk down here. So do you want to go ahead and do score predictions and MVPs?
Let's do it. Give me a combined point total for the Kentucky boys, and then we'll give our game
total for the Kentucky boys.
Yes.
You know what? I think this might be the day that Jacob Polachek's Trent Noah 4 3-pointer parlay hits. I don't know what he's going to mix it with the rest of his bets. I'm not sure Jacob bets, actually, but we'll say he does. I'll say 11 combined. Give me 6 for Travis Perry, 5 for Trent Noah.
It's going to be fun. I'm going 12 points for one of them and like 2 for the other. So,
that would be Trent Noah's 4 3-pointers right there. That could be the.
But I
the
feel
Jacob
like
Polachek
Travis
hit.
Perry's the one guy that hasn't really gotten the love, man. Like Trent Noah at least had the exhibition games where he was going nuclear. So I'm kind of hoping that this is the Travis Perry game, and I'm going to speak it into existence. Travis Perry is going to come in and hit 4 threes off the bench.
4 threes?
And score 12 points. And then I think Trent Noah is going to get a nice little bucket there at the end.
I feel like Travis Perry would have to be your MVP if that were to happen now.
Nah, not necessarily.
No? I think we're going to see some love. I think we're going to get our 5th different leading scorer tonight.
Ooh,
actually.
That's a good take.
And I think it's going to be Kurt Kriisa.
Ooh, it does kind of feel like
I think we're going to see a lot of Kurt tonight, just kind of bouncing around off the walls like a kid with too much sugar in his system from Halloween night. And I think he's going to hit, I'll say he hits 3 threes, finishes with 16 points, 5 Cats scoring double figures, but he leads the way. I'll give Kurt Kriisa my MVP with 16 points. Cats, 101, Jaxson State, 60.
I think that was my exact prediction on the pregame show.
I didn't even listen either. We're just...
How dare you?
I listened to the last... I did not listen to the last 10 minutes. That's not true. I listened to the first 50.
So since you stole my exact numbers, I'm going to up mine, and I'm going to say that Kentucky... They're going to break the scoring record. I'm going to call my shot right now so we can cut this.
What did you say it was? Did we say 127?
We're going to just pretend that it's 121.
I want to say I saw 127 at one point on Twitter today.
Okay.
So
either way, 128
there we go.
to 65. Kentucky wins to move to 5-0 for the first time since 2016-17. We are, as Steven Peake brought up, we are on pace to have the hottest start. If Kentucky goes to Clemson, wins the next 3 games, goes to Clemson, win, they are on pace to have the best start since the 2014-15 season. So
I think some good stuff happened there.
It starts tonight. We'll see you inside. Hopefully you guys stay warm. If you're not here, make sure you light the fireplace. Enjoy the warm
Plus TV game.
Enjoy the TV, the computer game. This is the last one. After this, it will be TV only. We'll see you inside of Rupp Arena.
Go Cats.